Thank you for joining us today. This side Siddhi working with Cloud.in as a cloud consultant. Today in this webinar, we'll explore how we can design a landing zone using a control tower. So without any delay, let's dive right in and start the session. So before starting the session, I would like to mention a few points. All the attendees are muted by default and cannot be unmuted during the session. We will have a question and answer session at the end of the webinar. If in case you have any questions in between the session, please raise an electronic hand to grab a speaker's attention or ask a question through a question section. So before starting the session, I would like you to take through our company profile. So we at Cloud.in, we are 26 years young company. Currently, we have two locations, that is Pune and Mumbai. We have 75 plus people working over here. We have we are the AWS Advanced Partner Tier, and we have completed 130 plus migrations since 26 years. We have 100 plus certifications achieved, and we have 250 plus cloud workloads. We are 24/7 NOC support. These are the services we offer: implementations of migration services, managed services, cloud consultancy and advisory, and many more. These are the industry verticals which we have customers: media and entertainment, e-commerce, information technology, public sectors, and etc. So without any delay, let's start the session. So today's agenda will be landing zone, challenges without landing zone, what is the AWS Control Tower service, and how you can design a proper landing zone strategy using a control tower. So let's start with what is landing zone. So when we talk about landing zone, think of it as a strong foundation of AWS environment, just like a groundwork for building it. It ensures your cloud environment is secured and well structured right from the start. So like instead of manually creating accounts or applying policies each time, a landing zone will standardize everything. So every account follows the same best practice and governance rules. So this will help your organization maintain consistency in security, compliance, and cost controls across departments or projects. So like as the company's cloud usage grows, the landing zone makes scaling much easier. So you can quickly add new accounts, workloads, or any teams without worrying about configuration drift or security gaps. So in short, like landing zone sets the stage for efficient and scalable and like safe cloud operations. So challenges without landing zone. So what if you are not using landing zone for your cloud environment? So each account may be configured differently, like no standardization. So when there is no landing zone, every team or department might set up their AWS accounts differently. So like this will leads to inconsistencies in configuration and naming conventions, permissions, like making it hard to manage or troubleshoot issues across all accounts. Next is security settings and logs that might not be consistent. So without a like centralized setup, not all accounts follow the same security practices. So like some may enable logging or encryption while others may forgot to enable logging or encryption. So this inconsistency can create a security blind spot and increase the risk during audits. Next is hard to track cost and enforce compliance. Like when accounts are not standardized, it becomes difficult to monitor spending and assign costs correctly to different teams or projects. So here, compliance is also harder to maintain because security and governance rules aren't applied uniformly. So this can be a one of the major costs for not having a landing zone. The last one is like manual process can leads to error and inefficiency. So manually setting up and managing accounts take a lot of time and often results in human errors. So this slowdowns cloud operations or any cloud adoptions or creates operational inefficiencies, and also it increases the chances of misconfiguration that can cause a security or performance issues. So these all are the most like main challenges we can say that organization would face if they are not using a landing zone. So you can create a landing zone using a AWS Control Tower service. So what is a control tower? So control tower service is basically a managed AWS service which set up and governs a secure multi account AWS environment for your organization. Like the it creates a secure, well architected foundation using all the AWS best practices. So like instead of manually building your environment, cloud control tower does most of the heavy lifting for you. It also helps automate account creation and also apply security guardrails. Like one of the most, it is like one of the most powerful feature of control tower, which is automation. So it allows you to create new AWS accounts quickly using predefined templates also, and it will also automatically apply security controls to all your AWS accounts known as guardrails. So these guardrails ensure that every account follows your organization's security and also the compliance policy from the very beginning. Uh, Control tower will also like provide you visibility and control through a centralized dashboard. So like control tower will give you it gives you administrators, it gives the administrator a central dashboard to view all the AWS accounts under one umbrella. So from here, you can monitor the compliance or view the health of accounts, and also can take action when policies are violated. So this makes the governance much easier and gives leadership better visibility to all your AWS accounts or AWS environments. One of the main benefit is ideal for it is also an ideal for organizations starting their cloud journey. Like control tower is especially useful for companies just beginning their cloud adoptions. It also simplifies the entire setup process and enforces security best practices automatically. Like in short, it's best way to start right with AWS. So these are some control tower core components. Like first one will go with AWS organization, which manage multiple AWS accounts easily. So AWS organization is the backbone of control tower. Like it allows you to group and manage multiple AWS account under one umbrella. Like you can apply policies, control permissions, and organize accounts into logical units. Like if you have different environments like production, development, or any shared services. So this makes administration, billing, and compliance much easier and centralized for each and every account. Like you can view the consumption or the billing details and filter out whichever account you want to track the usage. So in a single AWS account, AWS organization account, you can view all your child accounts consumption. You can track all your child accounts consumption or cost spent. Next main component is service control policies, which is set at account level rules. So service control policies, or like we called it as SCPs, so they act as a guardrails for what actions can and cannot be performed in each account. For example, like you can restrict users from disabling security services like CloudTrail, or like creating resources in certain regions. You can restrict a user from creating a specific service, or you can only give the access to a user for creating a specific service. So SCPs ensure that even administrators can't go beyond defined security and compliance or boundaries. So SCPs are one of the main core components of control tower. Next is AWS IAM Identity Center. So IAM Identity Center. So it is previously known as AWS Single Sign-On SSO, which provides a centralized way to, manage user identities and access permissions across all accounts. So instead of like maintaining separate users in every account, you can use a single identity center, identity source, to like assign and manage access consistently, like which improves both security and user experience. So next is AWS config and CloudTrail, like for monitoring and recording changes in your accounts. So AWS config and CloudTrail both like work together to give you visibility into what's happening across all your AWS environments. And CloudTrail records all API activities, like who did the changes and like what changes were made. That and AWS config tracks configuration changes in resources. Like together they help maintain accountability and also detect unwanted changes and support audits. So AWS config and CloudTrail are used for monitoring and track the changes made in your AWS environment. Next are guardrails. So guardrails are one of the best practices which are enforced automatically. So guardrails are predefined like policies in control tower that help enforce AWS best practices. So like they can be preventing or stopping unwanted actions before they happen, or like detective, or like uh, alerting you when something goes wrong. So guardrails make sure that your accounts always stay compliant and secure without manual intervention. So guardrails are one of the most important component, like SCPs, in a control tower. So here next is designing the landing zone strategies. So how you can design a landing zone using a control tower. Let's start by defining organizational units, OUs, or OUs contains code shared workload. So like when designing a landing zone, the very first step is to organize your AWS accounts into groups called organization units, or OUs. So these OUs help separate accounts based on their purpose. Like for example, core. So core may include security or login accounts, or shared cost host tools used across teams, and workloads can contain application or a project specific account. So this structure helps maintain order and simplifies applying policies or controls later. So the very first step to organize your AWS accounts is to group your AWS accounts into organization units. Next is applying security and compliance rules from the beginning only. So like security should never be an afterthought, because security can be a major concern. By setting up guardrails or SCPs, service control policies, and monitoring tools like CloudTrail and Config from the start, you ensure that account follows the same security pattern or same security and compliance standards. So this proactive approach prevents issues down the line and keeps your environment audit ready at all times. So the here I would also like to mention a point that while creating a landing zone, once you deploy a control tower, two accounts are created by default. Like first is monitoring and next is for security. So all the monitoring of your all AWS accounts under the organization is being centralized. So in the monitoring account, you will see all the changes or all the resource related changes done. Next is plan network connectivity and account structure carefully. So a well designed landing zone also like considers how different accounts communicates with each other. Like plan your network layout including VPCs, subnets, and shared services before the deployment. So this will help you avoid network conflicts and ensure that applications can securely communicate with each other while staying in isolated whenever needed. So use automation tools and account factory for consistency. Like account factory is a feature in AWS Control Tower that lets you automatically create new AWS accounts with all your standard settings, and also guardrails which are already in place. So if you want another new account in your AWS organization or under your AWS organization. So using a account factory feature, you can create a AWS accounts which has predefined permissions, guardrails already in place, like your other child accounts. So this ensures every new account is built consistently, and also saves time compared to manual setup. Like and automation reduces human errors and speed up onboarding for new projects. So account factory is a very helpful feature for the like uh, enterprise customers or small medium business customers. So this will as for the growing workload, you need to create different accounts for different department or different environment. So account factory will help you create account within a minutes or something. So next is regularly monitor and improve your setup. So finally, like treat your landing zone as a living environment, not a one-time setup. Use monitoring tools like CloudTrail, and for security, you can use Security Hub and Control Tower dashboard to continuously monitor performance, security, and compliance. So as your organization grows or new AWS features are released, regularly update and improve your setup to stay aligned with the AWS best practices. So these are few benefits and best practices for AWS Control Tower, like simplified setup and governance of AWS accounts. So one of the biggest advantage of using AWS Control Tower is how much it simplifies the process of setting up and managing multiple AWS accounts. So like instead of manually configuring each account, Control Tower will automate the setup and apply your organization standards across all of the AWS environment. This means less time spent on administrative work and more consistency in how accounts are governed. Next is enhanced security and compliance visibility. So like Control Tower provides clear visibility into the security and compliance status of all your AWS accounts through a single dashboard. Like I said before, you have two different accounts created by default, for one for security and one for login. So these two accounts will provide you a centralized view for all your child accounts for monitoring and security. So you can quickly identify which accounts meet the compliance guardrails and which needs attention. This level of visibility makes it easier to enforce company policies and respond quickly to potential risk. So next is consistent structure for scalability and cost control. Uh, like a standardized account structure makes it easy to scale operations while maintaining control. So since every account follows the same policy and naming convention, it becomes simpler to track resources and assign budgets or monitor cost. So this consistency also prevents confusion and ensure that as your organization grows, your AWS environment remains organized and cost efficient. So last but not the least, it is start simple and automate and expand gradually. So when implementing your landing zone, don't just try to do everything at once. Start with a simple structure that fits your current needs, then gradually expand as your organization grows. So use automation wherever possible, such as account factory and guardrails, to reduce like manual work and ensure consistency. So this phase approach makes adoption smoother and also helps maintain a long-time stability. So using landing zone, you can like solve each and every manual intervention issue or problem which occurs while creating a new AWS account. Yes, so that's it for today. We are open for question and answer session. If anyone has any questions, you can raise a hand. We'll unmute you. Also, meanwhile, we are here for 5 to 10 minutes. Request you to scan the QR and submit a feedback regarding the session. Okay, so we have come to an end. So we request you to please scan the QR and submit your feedback. And stay tuned for next meetups and webinars. Thank you so much again, everyone, for joining. Thank you.